I'm making a video because Gary Vee said to make one. Gary Vee has been very adamant about, listen, just make content. No matter what it's about, just get out there and just tell people who you are, talk about your vulnerabilities, talk about your passions, talk about your success. So I said, you know something? Let me do it. I've made quite a few videos, a lot of reaction videos. I sit down with my audience and we talk about the things that we see on the news, whether it's geopolitical, whether it's financial, and we just critique these things, right? Good or bad. And a lot of you leave a lot of bad messages and you live in, a bad aura. And all I'm really trying to do is just have a good conversation and really just open up the floor for people to sit back and just learn from one another. There is no better opportunity than to have great mentorship. And even if I can find somebody online that is smarter than me, that has more experience than me, then I'm all for it. I love to learn. But, the bashing, that just kind of shows your ignorance. And again, this video is not about that. This video is about progression, making content, talking about the things that I love. So let's get down to it, right? I'm in Colorado. I like to ski. Contrary to popular belief, a lot of black people like to do that. We like to snowboard, ski, white river rafting. And in Colorado, these are just like things that you're just surrounded by. So you're just naturally pulled to nature and its finest. You see the mountains over there? That's my downtown Denver. Right? I got the best skyline view. Look at that. I call it heaven on earth because I'm sitting on top of the world up here. I've got the tallest house with 5 decks overlooking the entire city skyline. Doesn't get any better than that. If you've got some nice views, comment below. Let me know what you appreciate about just the view, right? Go outside, take a look. Pull in some good air. If you got a good cigar, take a puff. As we talk about good air, right? Some would say that's bad air, but I like to sit down and decompress, have a nice soft drink, really watered down because I'm not really big into alcohol. I love a good cold glass of wine with my cigar, or a nice cappuccino with a really good cigar. Speaking of cigars, I went to Italy about a month ago, right? Got back about a month ago, stayed out there in Florence, Italy, and then took the train down to Rome. And if you've been to Italy, you know what I'm talking about in terms of just travel. Like you do not want to have a car in Rome because it's just way too much traffic and it's frustrating. It is ridiculous. The bikes, the mopeds, the motorcycles, they just get in front of you. Like they literally take precedence. So if you're an American and you have cars or bikes get in front of you, like you're ready to toss them the bird. You're pissed off. But out there, like if you get pissed off, they're looking at you like, dude, what's wrong with you? Like this is what we do out here. So, went out there, had a really good time. And the few things that I wanted to explore was the fine wine, because I'll tell you what, vineyards are everywhere. It seems like in every open space that they had, they utilized it to grow, whether olives, because they're really big into olives, grapes, huge into grapes because of their wine, and it's just beautiful out there. So I definitely wanted to explore having just a ton of different wines, right? And I did wine tasting, and I think you're supposed to like taste the wine and spit it out or something like that. And I didn't. I would taste it again until the cup was gone, and then the next one and the next one after that. I walked out of this thing, you guys, pretty drunk. Needless to say. Another thing that I wanted to try their bread, right? I like carbs. I don't know what it is. I wanted to taste their bread. It was really, really good. And their not wines, and their coffees. right? Had cappuccinos, Americanos, Café Correctos, which was, all right. If you're going to go to Italy, get a Café Correcto. I say Correcto. And this is coffee infused with alcohol. And I thought like, okay, a little bit of coffee and some Baileys. No, this mug was so strong during breakfast. I had a buzz at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, these people do this? And you drink coffee all day. And let me tell you, I brought this habit back because coffee is to influence hunger. It stimulates the stomach. If you drink it before your meal, and they eat a lot, right? So you drink it like 2 or 3 hours before your meal, and you're super hungry at that point because you do eat a lot out there. You drink a lot of coffee, and it works, right? I would drink this coffee, and my stomach would be growling like 2 hours later, and I'm ready to eat. And you're sitting down, you're having an Aperol Spritz, and that was really good as well. When back here in America, the Spritz are just not the same. I have yet to find a place. Comment below if you have a place, a location, wherever you're at, because I'll come out there and try it. A good Spritz that is comparable to Italy. So therefore, you've had to gone to Italy. But I love a really good Spritz. The cafes were just beautiful. And let me tell you what, and you've probably heard and you've seen this before, but they don't sit down and drink coffee. And you dang for sure don't walk around the streets with a Starbucks cup neither. They come pretty small, and you stand and you conversate with the person next to you. Hey, how you doing? How's your day? And most likely they're just on break from work, and there's no rush, right? I mean, we're standing around and we're talking, and I'm like, what's up? And they're like, oh yeah, just taking a little break from work. And damn, 30, 40 minutes later, we're still talking. And there is, again, just no rush. So needless to say, I love Italy. I really love the Italians. So again, Gary Vee said to make a video, and I just wanted to talk about some of the most recent experiences that I had. So that's that.